Okay, look at example number 1. We want to review some adding and subtracting integers first. So number 1, I have -4 plus -16. Do I have same or different signs? Same, so what do I do? Add, so 4 plus 16? 20, and keep your sign, so it's a -20. Example 2, 9 plus -12, same or different signs? Different, so what do I do? Subtract, so 12 minus 9? -3, keep the sign of the larger number. Skip 3 and 4 for now, go down to example number 5. Number 5, I have -17 minus 21. What do I need to do? So keep -17, change the minus to a plus, positive 21 to a -21. So I have a -17 plus a -21. -38. Keep your sign and add. Example number 6. 4 minus a -30. What do I need to do? Keep the 4, change the minus to a plus, -30 to positive, so I have 34. Positive 34. Example number 7, -35 minus a -40. Keep, flip, change, -35 plus 40, positive 5. Let's look at the challenge, the first one. 3 plus -5 gives me what? -2 plus 8? Positive 6. -2 plus -5? -7 plus a -4? -11. Let's go over to the word problem. Alicia withdrew $45 from her bank account. Later that day, she deposited $80, then wrote a check for $250. Last, she spent another $55 from the account while shopping with her direct debit card. What was her total gain or loss in funds from the account that day? Write an integer expression, then simplify. So let's start back to the beginning. Withdrew $45. Is that going to be a positive or a negative? -45. Later that day, she deposited 80. Careful, is it depositing?
I don't know all this bank stuff, man.
Adding 80. Depositing means you're adding money to your account. Withdraw means you're taking it out. If you're writing a check for $250,
No, you're losing.
you're losing. That means you're writing a check to somebody else. So -250.
Unless you write a check for yourself.
You could be, but I doubt it. And she spent another $55. -55. So now I need to solve. So I've got -45 plus 80. Same or different sign? Different, so subtract.
It's 35.
So that gives me 35. So now I have 35 minus 250 minus 55. Well, I could, but then I'm still going to have different signs, so I'm going to subtract. So I have to take 250 minus 35.
225.
So that's going to borrow.
215.
So I'm left with 215. So I have a -215 minus 55. Keep, flip, change. Same signs. So I need to add them now. So what am I left with?
It's a positive. Why would you have negative?
Negative what?
Oh, 35 is a positive. I'm sorry.
Negative $270. $270. Got to carry the one. Alright, questions on adding and subtracting. That should all be reviewed. Alright, let's go back up to the top where it says multiplying and dividing. Guys, why are we talking about something that has nothing to do with class right now?
Math and football.
Okay, but we're not talking about football with multiplying and dividing integers. Adding and subtracting, yes, but I said we're moving on to multiplying and dividing. So I will wait till everybody's paying attention.
What's wrong?
I'm waiting for everyone to pay attention because I'm not going to try and teach when not everyone's paying attention. So we'll make up that time after the bell. Multiplying and dividing integers. Some of you may have learned about Mr. Multiple Vision last year.
No.
Never heard of them.
So let's look at -3 times 4. The nice thing with multiplication, your multiplication does not change. So what's 3 times 4?
12:30.
12. 3 times 4?
I messed up. I thought it was 5. It was 5 times 4. I didn't get that wrong too.
Okay, so 3 times 4 gives me 12. If you use Mr. Multiple Division, though, I've got a negative and a positive. So I cover those two signs. What do I have left? Negative. So my answer is negative. Okay, I have a -3 and a +4. Cover one of each, because I have one of each sign, I'm left with a negative. So let's try -5 times -2. So 5 times 2 is 10. Negative and a negative, cover both of them. So I'm left with a positive. Because I have a negative and a negative. Cover those up, so I'm left with a positive. Because that's how it is. Because if you think about it, if you multiply two whole numbers, like if you took 5 times 2, what's your answer? 5 times 2? 10. And it's a positive. So we don't have to worry about using two positives on it. Because if you have two positives, that's the same thing as what you've always been doing since 3rd grade. Okay. What about 45 divided by -9? So what's 45 divided by 9? 5. I have a positive and a negative, so I have a -5. Okay? So those of you that like this can use that because it's easy to remember and easy to put on your quizzes and tests. If you don't like that, I will give you the rule. So let's look. When I had same signs, what was my answer? Positive. So when you have same signs, your answer is positive. Alright, so if you have two negatives or two positives, your answer is positive. When you have different signs, your answer is negative. Make sure you're not confusing this with adding and subtracting integers. This is only with multiplying and dividing integers. So don't let what we've been working on since the first day of school, don't get rid of that information because that works with adding and subtracting. This only works with multiplying and dividing. Okay, so we spent a month on adding and subtracting. Now don't lose that information. Okay? So let's look at example 3. On example 3, gentlemen with the rulers, put the rulers away. I'm not giving you directions to have rulers out, and you need to be paying attention. Because when I do your notebook check, I'm going to make sure you have all this filled out exactly like I do.
Exactly
I don't
that.
have my notebook, but I'll get it done.
Example 3.
Where are my hearts?
Negative 24 divided by negative 3. So what's 24 divided by 3? 8. Is it a positive or a negative 8?
Positive.
Positive, because I have same sign. Example number 4 is 15 times a negative 3.
45.
So 15 times 3 is 45. Is it a positive or a negative? Negative. Alright, let's look down at the challenge. Negative 4 times 5.
4 times 5. Oh, yeah,
Negative 20.
Negative 20. Negative 20 times negative 1.
20, 20 still, negative 20. Positive 20.
Positive 20. Positive 20 times 3.
Times
60.
60.
Negative.
Positive. Positive times a positive. Same sign.
I don't understand.
Okay, so we took negative 4 times negative 5. We got a negative. Okay. Let's look. Negative 4 times negative 5 should give you a negative. Negative 20 times negative 1 gives you a positive. Positive 20 times 3 would give you a positive 60. You just gotta take two numbers at a time. Okay? The next one, 4 times negative 2. Gentlemen, quit.
Negative 8.
Negative 8 times negative 3.
Positive 24. Positive 24.
Positive 24. 24 times negative 5. Oh, sorry, wait, hold on. On number 4 here, this is just, okay, 4 times negative 2 gives me negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 3 gives me 24. 24 times negative 5, so I gotta take 24 times 5.
120.
120 times 2,
240.
240. Is it a positive or negative?
Positive.
We have a positive times a negative, which is going to give me a negative. Negative times negative is positive. Positive times negative. So I should have a negative. So it should be negative 240. Alright, so we broke it down into two numbers at a time. So we took 4 times negative 2, got a negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 3 would give me a positive 24. Positive 24 times negative 5 gives me a negative 120. Negative 120 times 2 would give you a negative 240. Take it two numbers at a time. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, you need to cut that out and glue it to page 7 in your notebook. You were supposed to be coloring it as we went through the notes. I said that. You'll get time after your assignment. So in your notebook, it should be on page 7. Page 7, that's the page we skipped before. When you have that glued in, you need to go to page 2. Today is 9/27. And we did multiply, divide, integers. And we were on page 7.